We're back, guys, into a lot with King Louis and Denise Rich. Go ahead.
Yes. What I was saying earlier is we're talking about a Luciferian spirit or Lucifer spirit. They won't have a natural desire for a woman. They'll have a desire for what is out of order, which is each other.
Wow.
So you have to look for these things, and we can determine the temperature or where our society is going by how we're behaving as a whole. And as a whole, we're making it comfortable for a man to have a natural desire, or a woman, for each other, and not what God put in place.
But what I still, I guess, can't get to the point of what makes me want another woman. You have the same thing I have. I know that it's out of order when it comes to God. I know this. So I'm just trying to find out where the break comes in, because there has to be a breakdown in order for you to go there. People like to say, "Oh, I was born that way." How do you know? I don't remember when I was born.
Well, that's a cop-out.
What my sexuality was. You don't know you was born that way.
Everyone was born a sinner.
Right, with some sin. Exactly. That's right.
I don't have a past, and you don't either. Because of our personalities, we have different things that trap us. But I don't have the past. I can't say, well, since I was born, like, you don't have to teach a kid to lie.
Right.
They do that off the bat, because we're born sinners. It's our fallen nature. But do we encourage our kids when we catch them lying? No.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Okay. Now, as far as relationships, though, okay, realistically, how do you have a relationship today in today's society without? So many people don't understand that we really should wait till we're married if we want to do the sexual act in the relationship, because everybody's doing it. So, I mean, how do you? You know how hard it is to find somebody that's on that page with you?
Yeah, but that's what you have to do. This is what you have to do.
So
and God will do what's hard or impossible for us. If we seek Him first, He'll add it to us. This is what He said He'll do. So there's not even nothing I really need to do, but just keep following Him. He said He'll do that part, because that's a lot of work for me to do.
Okay, so you're saying, see, because what most people say, well, okay, I can abstain, but then when I get into the relationship and we huggy, kissy, and feeling like that, and it just goes beyond what you said you weren't going to do. So, from that point of view, how do you think, well, like younger people now are supposed to abstain? See, because if they're not rooted in the Word, that's another problem.
It's a big problem.
If you're just rooted, well, you got a lot of people, and even the ones who know the Bible, still
slip up.
Yeah, or just out there, I don't know if they think God can't see them, or He's not paying attention, or what. I'm just not sure. Well, if you know the Bible and you know the Word, why is it so hard for you to wrap your mind around not having sex?
We just better hope we don't die while we're walking in that lane. Catch something.
Right.
Because if we do, Can't be mad at anyone but ourselves.
That's the truth. Now that's the truth.
We're taking that authority in our own hands. Say, I'm going to do what I want to do. Okay, you can do that, but just man up when the consequences roll around.
Okay. Wow. So, how are you doing on your sobriety, so to speak? I mean, is it really difficult? Is it really difficult?
You have the days from one day to the next. It just some days is harder than others, but you gotta keep trying to stay focused on what you want. Mm-hmm. So, if this is what you want, and you may have to avoid certain people.
True. Because they're gonna be pushing for that. Right. That's the end goal for them.
Right. You gotta avoid certain people.
Yeah.
And it's one day at a time.
Well, okay. Recently, now, I'm quite a bit older than you, so I met a guy, and at first he seemed to be really nice. And then he starts talking about, well, women have needs too. I know you do. Well, okay. As soon as you start that conversation, I sort of went, what did you say? You know what I mean? I tuned out. I tuned out, literally. Because I had to go back and ask him a couple of times, what did you say? Because I'm really not interested in that at this point. Do you understand that I'm trying to show God that I know that it's wrong, and please send me someone, that understands that it is wrong. If we're not connected under God and with His blessing, as man and wife, it's wrong. I mean, let's just face it. I tell people all the time. People go, well, you can't say that, about different sexualities like we were talking about. But I say, I use the narrative all the time. It's just like fornication, because I'm not a transgender. I'm not a gay person or whatever. So I can't speak to, what you're feeling, but I can tell you that it's just like if I fornicate. If he told me you are not to fornicate, then I'm also sinning.
Correct.
There's no way around that.
Correct.
So that's why I don't get how they didn't change being transgender or homosexual or gay. How do you change that? And then, I'm telling you, for me to even have sex, I know that I'm sinning. I know that I'm sinning if I do it. And, I tell people all the time, I don't want God to return. And you might be in the act when He returns. Then what? I mean, you have there's no redemption. There's no redemption at that point. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm not really understanding what, it's so hard to find someone you can date and, go to dinner with, taking a movie, maybe take some trips, but they want to go to that next step. But you're not my husband. And if that's the walk that I'm having, I need you to understand that.
Right.
So what do you think about that? I mean...
Well, as a man, I understand what men go through, how we feel. And, it's not a bad activity. So I'm with you, bro.
No, it's not a bad activity for women either. But
right. But, I gotta speak can't speak for you. But, we have to still maintain and do what we're supposed to do.
Well, now some men my age, put it on my age, they claim that's why they get younger women, because the older women, once they get a certain age, they don't want to do anything anymore. It's not that I don't that's funny. It's not that I don't want to do anything anymore. You're not my husband. I've matured to the point where I know you're not my husband, so I'm not going to do this with you. I'm not supposed to do this with you. And mean it. Not,
And not all the time, because there's some sad cases, but usually the older you get, the more you put things in its correct place.
Right.
And it's not the number one. When I was younger, that's what you always thought about all the time. This number one thing. This was your goal. This is what you were trying to do. But as you get older, you get grown people goals. You're trying to build a business or buy some property or etc. And you're trying to walk in blessing more than walking in a miracle. I don't want to walk in miracles, because that means something tragic had to happen for a miracle to take place. I'd rather just stay in grace and walk in blessing and keep it nice and smooth. And the older you get, the smarter you become, and you just do those things. You stay in your lane.
Well, because if you keep needing miracles, then you're putting yourself, I believe, I'm talking about myself, into situations that shouldn't have been.
Right.
If you keep needing miracles. So, with that being said, I mean, we've talked about some really good stuff here. Guys, I hope you're listening, paying attention. Feel free to leave comments, chime in when we have live stream. We definitely want you to be there, but we need to build the subscription base first, so that we will have enough people just really participating and getting the conversation going and keeping it going. This is relationships infused with a biblical principle. Of course, the biblical principle should always be on top. The relationship aspects of it should come after we understand that person we're with, whether we're evenly yoked with that person. And I use the term evenly yoked because my nephew, who's on this video with me, he would say, well, that's because you weren't evenly yoked with that husband that you had. When I talk about being married multiple times, he goes, well, Auntie, that's because you weren't evenly yoked. And you know what? It really never hit me until I probably was just coming out of my 40s into my 50s, when everything really came to be very enlightening. So, Lewis, when did you get that?
I had to hit my head a few times, but you get to a point to where you start to understand last few years, last 10 or so years, you have to be on the same page on so many things, spiritual and non-spiritual. Where you want to live, what career goals do you have? Because if this person can't support you, it might not be a good person for you. Now, that's not always a deal breaker, because somebody might be an artist and you could just be a regular person. But you have to make sure that person is not a hinder to you. They are your rock. And usually it's easier to be a support base to someone if you're familiar with what they're doing in life. You got to be, we're going to homeschool or send our kids to, regular school, private school. These things are so important, and whatever is important to you. The problem is people go into relationships with people that they know that this person is involved or doesn't have the skills to assist you, and it's a deal breaker to you. And you ignore it because you're in a puppy love stage and fluttery. But when that goes away and the stresses of life starts to kick in,
right,
those things are really going to start to bug you.
The honeymoon stage go away.
Correct.
Mm-hmm,
those things are going to really start to bug you or start to hinder you.
What about the spending habits?
Well, that's a big one too. If I'm trying to, whatever your financial situation is, if I'm trying to buy a car or a home or start a business, and this other person is spending, this person will hinder you. So some of these issues are custom, but you know what you want in life.
Hold it. Okay, stop it right there. No, stop it right there. Guys, I'm going to close this segment, and when we come back to the next segment, we're going to pick up where King Louis is leaving off now. In the meantime, get into a lot and come on back and join us in the next video.